Welcome to the Delaware Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Self-Employment Services Overview. Our goal is to help you explore and launch your own business. Today, we'll walk through the process, examples, and supports available to help make your entrepreneurial vision a reality. What is self-employment? Self-employment means working for yourself instead of having a boss. You earn money by selling a product or providing a service. Self-employment examples. There are many types of self-employment, and the right fit depends on a person's interests, skills, needs, abilities, and any barriers they may face. Options can include offering a service, selling a product, doing freelance work, or earning income through gig platforms like Uber, DoorDash, or Rover. Self-employment provides flexibility and autonomy, allowing individuals to design work around what works best for them. Let's explore these options a little further. Freelancer, graphic designer. A freelance graphic designer works independently to create visual content like logos, flyers, social media graphics, and website designs for clients. They often work from home, set their own schedule, and take on projects based on their skills and interests. Freelancers typically market their services online, build a portfolio to attract clients, and get paid per project or hourly. This type of work allows for creative freedom and can be adapted to fit different lifestyles or accessibility needs. Product base, candle maker. This home-based candle business creates small batch, eco-friendly candles in reusable jars. It caters to environmentally conscious customers and those looking for unique gift items. Products are sold through an online store and at local markets and events. Service-based, mobile pet grooming. This mobile pet grooming business offers convenient on-site grooming services for dogs and cats using a fully equipped trailer. Services include full grooming, nail trims, and specialty treatments, and are provided at the customer's location. Appointments and payments are managed digitally, and the business aims to serve both individual pet owners and local organizations. Advantages of being self-employed. Being self-employed offers many benefits. You can set your own schedule, work in ways that suit your needs, and build a business that aligns with your passions. For many, it provides independence, flexibility, and greater control over their working environment and future. There is also potential to earn more money. Challenges of being self-employed. Of course, self-employment also comes with challenges. It requires responsibility, persistence, and problem solving. You may face financial uncertainty, competition, or the need to balance multiple roles, but with the right support, these challenges may be managed successfully. How DVR can help. Delaware DVR is here to support you. We provide tools, resources, and guidance to explore self-employment, assess feasibility, create a business plan, and launch your business. You won't be doing this alone. DVR partners with you every step of the way. Self-employment program steps. There are several steps to the self-employment process, and all customers are required to complete each step. Those steps include exploration and assessment, business concept and feasibility, business plan and financial projections, and business launch and case closure. Roles and support. Building a business is a team effort. You, the customer, lead your business idea and plan. Your VR counselor guides the process, ensures policy compliance, and provides referrals. A business vendor offers mentorship and technical assistance, helping refine your plan and assess feasibility. Together, this team supports your journey to entrepreneurship. Step 1. Self-employment exploration and assessment. In Step 1, you'll work with your VR counselor to identify your goals, strengths, interests, and needs. Tools like the Self-Employment Exploration Worksheet help guide the process. If self-employment is the right fit, your Individualized Plan for Employment, or IPE, will be updated to include support for training, equipment, or business preparation. Step 1 in action. Let's explore Step 1 in action through the lens of 3 different businesses. Step 1. Freelancer, graphic designer. Jordan worked with his VR counselor to explore his creative interests and computer skills. After identifying freelance design as a good fit, he researched online courses in branding and design software. His IPE was updated to include support for purchasing a laptop, help with business concept and feasibility, and the online training course. Step 1. Product base. Candle making business. Taylor and her VR counselor explored product-based businesses that could be done from home due to anxiety-related barriers. They identified candle making as a match with Taylor's strengths in crafting and attention to detail. The VR counselor included a training in business management, supplies, packaging, and website setup in Taylor's IPE. Step 1. Service-based. Mobile dog grooming. Alex and her VR counselor used the self-employment exploration worksheet to identify a goal of offering grooming services without the physical demands of a salon. They discussed Alex's strengths in customer service, business management, and her prior working experience as a groomer. The IPE was updated to include help with business concept and feasibility and a training in business marketing. Step 2. Business concept and feasibility. The next step is to develop your business concept and decide if it's realistic and sustainable. You'll complete tools including the business concept and feasibility worksheet and the feasibility thumbs up tool with help from a business vendor. Your VR counselor and vendor will review your idea to determine if it's feasible and what funding level it falls under. If it's viable, your IPE will be updated to include business plan services, and if not, your VR counselor will help you explore other employment goals. Step 2 in action. Now, let's explore Step 2 in action through the lens of 3 different businesses. Step 2. Freelancer, graphic designer. Jordan explored the feasibility of offering freelance design services full-time. With input from a business vendor, they reviewed the target market, pricing structure, and competition. The feasibility tools showed strong potential for sustainability, and Jordan's IPE was updated to include help creating a formal business plan and marketing strategy. Step 2. Product base, candle making business. Taylor used the feasibility thumbs up tool with a business vendor to examine production costs, pricing, and market demand. After reviewing the worksheet with her VR counselor, they determined the business was viable on a small scale. Her IPE was updated to include business planning support to complete the Level 1 requirements. Step 2. Service-based, mobile dog grooming. Alex worked with a business vendor to complete the business concept and feasibility worksheet. They discussed startup cost, customer demand, and transportation needs. After reviewing the feasibility thumbs up tool with their VR counselor, they confirmed the concept was realistic and their IPE was updated to include business plan development and support with funding toward a grooming trailer. Step 3. Business plan and financial projections. At this stage, you'll work with your VR counselor and a business vendor to develop a detailed business plan and financial projections based on your startup costs. The business plan is like a roadmap that will help keep you on track as you prepare to launch your business. Financial projections are essential to make a fully informed choice and will also impact the business plan. Both of these can serve as documentation for other funding and business purposes. Depending on your funding level, level 1, 2, or 3, your plan will be reviewed by your VR counselor or a review team to decide whether it can be approved. If approved, your IPE will be updated to include support for startup costs. If not, your VR counselor will help you explore another employment path. Step 3 in action. Next, let's check out Step 3 in action through the lens of the same 3 different businesses. Step 3. Freelancer, graphic designer. Jordan completed a business plan with guidance from a business vendor with a focus on service packages, client acquisition, and online marketing strategies. Their financial projections showed low overhead and the startup costs fit into Level 1 funding. The VR counselor reviewed and approved the plan, and Jordan's IPE was updated to include funding for a laptop, design software, and website setup. Step 3. Product base, candle making business. Taylor created a business plan that included product types, pricing strategies, and sales goals. With help from a business vendor, they develop realistic financial projections and outline the cost of supplies, packaging, and vendor fees for local markets. The startup costs fell into Level 2 funding, and after a DVR review, their IPE was updated to include support for materials, labeling tools, and branding. Step 3. Service-based, mobile dog grooming. Alex worked with a VR counselor and business vendor to create a detailed business plan outlining services, pricing, and target customers. They developed financial projections including costs for a grooming trailer, supplies, and marketing. Based on the estimated startup costs, the plan was submitted for Level 3 funding review and approved, allowing their IPE to be updated to include support for equipment and trailer modifications. Step 4. Business launch and case closure. You and your VR counselor will decide together when your case is ready to close and what income goal your business should meet. While your business grows, your VR counselor and business vendor will continue offering support, monitoring, training, and tools like assistive technology. When it's time to review your progress, you'll decide whether to close your case, adjust your goals, or explore other employment options based on how your business is doing. Step 4 in action. Step 4 is the last step, so let's see it in action through those same businesses. Step 4. Freelancer, graphic designer. Jordan and his VR counselor set an income goal based on local freelance rates and Jordan's capacity to take on projects. As the business developed, Jordan continued receiving support with marketing and digital tools to streamline workflows. During a review, Jordan had met his goal and was satisfied with his progress, so the case was successfully closed. Step 4. Product base, candle making business. Taylor and her VR counselor set a sales and profit goal to work toward. As Taylor built up online and market sales, her VR counselor provided continued support with bookkeeping and promotional strategies. After a year, they reviewed the business performance together and decided to adjust the income goal slightly based on seasonal trends before ultimately closing the case when the revised goal was reached. Step 4. Service-based, mobile dog grooming. As Alex's client base grew, she and her VR counselor agreed on a monthly income goal to determine business stability. While working toward that goal, Alex received continued support and check-ins, including help with scheduling tools and mobile payment systems. After consistently meeting her income target for several months, she and her VR counselor agreed it was time to close the case. Important guidelines. Businesses must be legal, for-profit, and community-based. Must be your primary income source. DVR won't pay for debt, vehicles, franchises, or unapproved expenses. No spending before DVR approval. All spending must follow the state of Delaware's procurement policy. Business versus hobby. A business is something a person does to earn money to help pay for their living expenses. A hobby is something a person does for fun, even if it's to make a little money from it. For example, if someone makes quilts and sells them at local craft fairs to help pay their bills, that's a business. But if they make quilts and sell a few once a year just to buy more fabric, that's a hobby. Delaware DVR will only support legitimate businesses, not hobbies. Funding levels for startup costs. Level 1, $1,000 to $5,000. Feasibility tools are reviewed by VR counselor and participant. Level 2, $5,001 to $10,000. Feasibility tools are reviewed by VR counselor, participant, and district administrator. Level 3, $10,001 plus dollars. Feasibility tools are reviewed by VR counselor, participant, and self-employment review team, including a district administrator, DVR director, and a mentor or industry expert if possible. All funding requests and spending must follow the state of Delaware's procurement policy. Existing businesses. If you already own a business, DVR can sometimes help you expand or make changes to it. Each case is reviewed individually to determine eligibility and the type of support that may be available. Is self-employment right for you? Self-employment can be exciting and rewarding, but it's not for everyone. Ask yourself, do I have a business idea I'm passionate about? If the answer is yes, DVR is here to support you in exploring that idea. Business resources and supports. You'll have access to many business resources, including the Delaware Small Business Development Center, or SBDC, SCORE Business Mentoring through the U.S. Small Business Administration, on-demand business courses and workshops, the National Disability Institute, which supports entrepreneurs with disabilities. These partners can provide mentorship, training, and connections to strengthen your business. Next steps. Your next step is to connect with your VR counselor and discuss your interest in self-employment and begin the exploration process. Together, we'll work to determine if self-employment is the right path for you, and if so, help you build the support needed to launch your business successfully. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn about Delaware Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Self-Employment Services. If you'd like to learn more, please contact the office closest to you.